Welcome to T-Mobile Tuesday Night Baseball. Bay Area graced with some glorious weather here these last couple of days. We'll be here tomorrow for a doubleheader, but tonight, Game 2, as the Mariners are playing some really good ball, trying to get over 500. And they're going to send Roenis Elias against Jesse Chavez as the Mariners meet the Oakland Athletics. Dave Sims and Mike Flowers and the Root Sports crew here on this lovely evening here in Oakland. Glad you're with us. Mariners playing some solid ball. Jesse Chavez, because of the myriad of injuries, the starting rotation to for the Athletics, pressed into service, and what a job he's done. Here's Michael Saunders leading off, and he has been on fire since being inserted into the leadoff spot. Looks at strike one.
Michael started with a base hit in last night's game, came around and scored in the first inning. Had a couple of hits, has his average up to 274 now.
What's jumping out at you as you watch Saunders these last few days? I mean, the numbers have been fabulous.
Well, I think early on he was put in that spot. He came out, he had success right away. You gained confidence from it. But more than anything, I think that he's just been aggressive on pitches and stayed on them and not trying to do too much. And because of that, you can see what he's done on this road trip. 6 games, a .435 average, 4 RBIs, a couple of doubles. The team as a whole, they've swung the bat well. When you look at what they've done as far as runners in scoring position and all the different numbers up and down the lineup, it's been real positive for them.
As Lloyd always says, the lineup will write itself. You hit, you're in. Ball with 2 strikes and Jesse Chavez, who hails from Victorville, California, lives in Pomona, California. That pitch running away from Saunders strikes him out. 1 out. Take a look at the rest of the Mariner batting order.
Tonight's starting lineups brought to you by Chevron. Following Saunders, it'll be James Jones. He's getting the start in center field and hitting second. Then Robinson Cano. See what he's done in his career against Oakland, a .302 average with 8 home runs. Then it's Hart, Smoke, Seager, Ackley, Zunino, and Brad Miller rounding out the 9 for the Mariners tonight.
Here's James Jones in his first big league start. Been in a couple of games, got a base hit in Miami. Then was sent down. He's in center field tonight. Got an infield dribbler. They count. First major league hit. Hits this one hard. Down the line. This kid can run. Craig Gentry cuts it off and gets it back in. So good for James Jones.
Chavez will throw a cut fastball to the lefties. It doesn't quite get that one in on him. Gets it hard past the first baseman.
Number 22.
Defense for the A's. Cespedes didn't start last night, but he's back in left field. Crisp in center, Gentry in right. Donaldson is the third baseman. Lowry and Nick Punto playing up the middle. Brandon Moss, who was in the outfield last night, moves over to first. And Derek Norris will do the catching tonight. And for Chavez, this is his 7th start. You can see he's pitched well. 2-0 record with a 1.89 ERA.
Cano through the hole, base hit. Jones will hold it second. So Cano, the club's leading hitter in batting average, runs and hits, comes through with his 36th hit. 2 on here. Time now for our first question in tonight's edition of Twitter Tuesday. Use the hashtag RootQ1 and tell us what you want to talk about. Let's see which AL West pitching staff will record the most strikeouts in tonight's game for your chance to win a Root Sports prize pack, including Mariners Stadium blanket. Follow us on Twitter at @RootSports_NW to answer. Stay tuned to our Twitter feed during the game and more questions and more chances to win. So Cano with a base hit. RBI opportunity here for Corey Hart. Corey 2 for 7 against Jesse Chavez.
Corey drove in a run in the first inning yesterday with a base hit to right field.
Chavez has allowed 1 run or fewer in 5 of his 6 starts this year.
Well, he causes a lot of problems. Again, he's not overpowering with his fastball, but he can sink it. He'll also cut it. Mix in a curveball, good curveball, slider, and a changeup. The changeup we saw to Saunders was an excellent changeup, well located.
Griffin and Parker out of their rotation. They say in all sports, next man up, and Chavez has answered the bell and then some. There's a strike. Ed Hickox has balls and strikes tonight. Lance Barrett at first. Dana DeMuth at second. The crew chief and Ron Culp at third. Drives this one deep to right center field. Gentry going back. He's on the track. Jumps and makes a great catch. Jones tags. Gets to third. Corey Hart can't believe it. Craig Gentry, one of the faster athletes we have in the American League, makes a fine play for out number 2.
It's a good drive to right field. See Gentry going back, stop just short of the wall, and makes a good catch. So many times you see outfielders, they get too close to the wall, and the wall will grab them on the way up. They'll rub their shoulder on it. They won't get as high as they need to. But well played by Gentry.
Hit that a long way.
Number 17.
There's Jones getting to third, getting a stop sign from Rich Donnelly, third base coach. Cado's at first. Justin Smoke, the hitter. We're going to appeal at second. Jones tagged properly. See if Smoke can deliver here, because Chavez is not allowed a 2-out hit with runners in scoring position so far.
Well, Justin's done a good job in these situations. 13 2-out RBIs for him. That's second in the American League.
Way inside, gets away. Jones scores easily. Down to second, Cano. Mariners lead 1-0.
If he wants to help you out, take it.
Absolutely.
Couple of outs. Take a look at this last pitch. It looks like a cutter. It is, and just gets away from him. Norris probably should make that catch. I would think that's. Oh wow, they're going to give it a wild pitch. I thought maybe a pass ball, but they're calling it a wild pitch.
So James Jones scores his first major league run. Mariners have a 1-0 lead. Cano to second with 2 outs. Going the other way. That's a base hit. There's your 2-out RBI. Justin Smoke going to dig for 2, and he's going to make it. An RBI double. Big Smokey with his 9th double, his 18th RBI, and the Mariners have a 2-0 lead. Good first inning action here for Seattle.
Well, the Mariners scored 2 runs in the first inning last night. That turned out to be big. Scoring runs in this series is going to be tough for both teams with the 2 pitching staffs. The A's #1, the Mariners come in 4th in ERA. Good hitting by Smoke to go the other way with that pitch. Hit it right inside the bag.
See if Kyle Seager continued a 2-out party here.
And the A's had the shift on with Smoke hitting, and they'll leave it there with Seager. Just Donaldson, the third baseman, on the left side of the infield.
Seager trying to break an 0-for-9 skid after he got hot there for a while at home. Hitting a .219 with 5 homers and 17 runs batted in. Count evens at 1-1. Mariners at 500 at 15-15. First time they've been at 500 through 30 games since the 09 season. So Elias has a little comfort on the board right now, 2-0, and see if Seager can add to it. Norris thought he had a strike, so did Chavez. Count at 1-1, 2-1, beg your pardon. At 3-1. Seager's aboard. Inning continues. Ackley's going to be the 7th man to the plate. what Bob Melvin had in mind.
One of the things we saw in yesterday's game, Kazmir had been pitching well. He was 4-0 with an ERA just over 2. The Mariners were able to score a couple of runs off of him in the first. Also made him throw over 20 pitches in that inning, and this will be the 20th pitch for Chavez here in the first.
Well, Ackley a little bit due as well. He's 0 for his last 8. 3 for 11 on the road trip. Two out, 2 on, and 2 in. Chavez out of the gate, not sharp, 2-0.
Let's see, 21 pitches, 11 strikes, 10 balls so far.
First strike to Ackley, 2-1. Takes another strike count, even at 2-2. Two to Ackley. Line drive center field, base hit. Smoke's going to come around. He'll score. Seager to third. The Mariners have a 3-0 lead as Dustin Ackley breaks an 0 for 8 slump with a big RBI. That's his 13th run batted in, and the Mariners have a 3-0 lead.
Dustin ended up taking a couple of fastballs to let Chavez back in the count. But then he gets an off-speed pitch. Slow breaking ball. Looked like the curveball. Pitch is down at the bottom of the strike zone. Excellent job of Ackley staying with it. Hit a solid line drive back up the middle. Mariners now 2 for 3 with runners in scoring position.
Runners at the corners for Mike Zunino. Smoke with his RBI ties Cano for the team lead at 18. Strike 1 to Mike. 0 for 4 last night. 0 for his last 7. One, 2. Two outs, runners at the corners. Felix Hernandez, game 1, tomorrow's starter. Oh, 2 pitch. Both runners hold. Pitch way outside, 1-2. Well, here's a number that we're glad to add to the report on the Mariners. 14 for 32. The last 3+ games, runners in scoring position. That's a .438 clip.
They've done a good job on this trip. Talked about it yesterday, continuing to raise that batting average, and I think that's a big key for them. They have such good pitching. Even with the injuries that they had, finally have Iwakuma back. Just a little more support would help them.
Zunino's got a 1-2 count, 2 out, 2 on. Ackley breaks for second. Ball hit up the middle, takes the second baseman right to the bag, but he'll throw over to first to get Zunino. And that will do it. 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 2 left. An outstanding start for the Mariners, giving Roenis Elias a lot to work with here in the first inning. Fine beginning for James Jones. He's in center field tonight. First start in the big leagues. He's already singled and scored. Let's take a look at the A's lineup that will face Roenis Elias.
For manager Bob Melvin, leading off, it'll be Coco Crisp, and it's Lowry. Donaldson has been swinging the bat extremely well. You can see he's reached base safely in 7 straight games. Then it's Cespedes hitting cleanup. Norris, Calespo, Gentry, Brandon Moss dropping down, left-handed hitter down to 8th, and then it's Nick Punto, the veteran, rounding out the 9 for the A's. For Elias, his 7th start of the season, ERA just over 3, a 2-2 record for him in 35 innings. 16 walks, 31 strikeouts, opponents hitting just .240 against him.
Tell you what, he was just short of magical in New York in his last start. Coco Crisp.
Well, you look at that last start, you think he showed everybody a lot. He ended up with 10 strikeouts, but he gives up a leadoff home run to Ellsbury and then strikes out the next 3 batters. So he settled down right away. He has a good fastball. His out pitch is his curveball. He will change arm angles on it, throw it for a strike, or bounce it when he wants to. Half of his strikeouts coming on the curveball.
2-0 to Crisp, switch hitter. Off the plate, 3-0. He's on the board with a strike, 3-1. Through the hole into left field, a base hit. Coco Crisp. The base hit on a 3-1 pitch.
And a look at the defense for the Mariners this evening. Ackley had last night off back in left field. James Jones making his first career start out in center field. Saunders in right. Seager at third. Miller and Cano playing up the middle. Justin Smoke, the first baseman. And Mike Zunino will do the catching.
Switch hitter Jed Lowry. Lia's shortstop. Jed 1 for 4 last night. 4th inning single and scored.
Elias in his first start of the year was here in Oakland. He pitched well, went 5 innings, gave up just 2 hits, 1 earned run, threw 80 pitches in that outing. He's up against a veteran lineup there, going to make him work. In that outing, the first one, he had 3 walks.
What else you like about this guy?
Elias? I like the way that he works. He gets right after it. He's obviously not afraid at all. He will go at anybody. I like the fact that he pitches inside.
To center field, Jones backing up. Makes the catch. Gets it back in.
He has a plus arm out in center field. I think you just have to like everything about him. And I think as he moves forward, you're going to see his changeup develop and get better and better. Not quite up to where his curveball is right now. Let's not forget, this young man had pitched in Double-A last year. So,
and just like Chavez, opportunity for him with the injuries in the Mariner rotation. And he's done a wonderful job so far. Crisp at first base, 7 for 7 in base stealing. Elias will keep an eye on him. 3-hole hitter Josh Donaldson stands in. Josh, 3rd in the American League in runs with 25. Top 10 in home runs. RBIs, he has really picked it up after a very slow start. 5th in total bases. He's having a good run here. 3rd in extra base hits. Big swing by Donaldson. He went 1 for 4 last night, a 7th inning single. No balls, 2 strikes. Donaldson deep in the box. Crisp fakes like he's going. Zunino, it's a good dig on that pitch down in the dirt. 1-2. One, two. Crisp was heading back.
The other thing I like about him, too, and we're not going to see much of it tonight because the A's only have one left-handed hitter, and that's Brandon Moss hitting 8th in the lineup, is his ability to change his arm angles. He rarely does it to the righties, but he'll do it quite a bit to the lefties, and he has the ability to throw all of his pitches, and he can throw them from strikes. So it's just another look. He's tough on left-handers. Lefty's only hitting 200 off of him this year.
Well, he's being diligent in keeping Coco Crisp close. Coco among the leaders in stolen bases with 7. He's not been caught yet. Way outside. Mariner pitching for the most part. Kept Donaldson in check, hitting 169 in his career, 172 this year. 2-2 pitch. Right field. Saunders is there. 2 outs. That'll bring you in Cespedes, the left fielder. Got into last night's game late as a pinch hitter. Stayed on in the outfield. Sprained a hamstring a couple of nights ago, late in the game in Boston.
This will be an interesting matchup, I think. The pitchers that the Mariners have, the best game plan that I've seen is the one that Felix uses, and that is typically he's going to pitch inside, and he's going to run his fastball hard in there. And I think that cutter from Elias will be a good pitch. Eventually, they want to get him out of the way with the breaking ball, but I think we'll see where he goes with him.
Up the middle, Cano is right there, snaring that line drive after Elias threw it and ducked. Cano bails him out. 3-0 Mariners. Friday night plans this week all set. Grab your girlfriends and join us at the ballpark for EQC's Girls Night Out. For only $25, you're going to get a ticket, your first drink, plus a fun Mariners feather boa. Specially priced ticket is limited, so stop by the mariners.com/girls to book your ladies' night out right now. Mike and I will be modeling those boas in the booth on Friday.
I doubt it. You can see Cano making the stab of that line drive off the bat at Cespedes. Good scouting report. He was standing right there, just had to take a little bit of a step and reach up and make the catch on a ball that is hit about as hard as you can hit it.
Brett Miller goes the other way, and Elias was getting out of the way, too.
I don't blame him.
Cespedes is power-packed. Shook his hand as he was going into the cage. BP. You said it during the break. You do not want to let him get extended.
I don't think so. Again, I think that Felix has pitched him well, and that's basically busting him inside and then trying to get him away with the slider. So I think with Elias and his cutter, that would be a good pitch. Just have to make sure that you get it in there. And he has the ability to do that. But he is strong.
There's Brad Miller leading it off. It'll be 9-1-2 here for the Mariners. Brad, a great defensive play we showed you in the open. The ninth inning last night. Little chopper charging his Punto. And he got him. First base umpire Lance Barrett. It's a veteran umpiring crew. Hickox, Barrett, DeMuth, and Culpa.
Now batting, number 55.
Punto's always been known as a glove guy. Play all the positions in the infield.
Back to the top of the order. Here's Michael Saunders. Mariners came in with just 6 first-inning runs. They've done well. That's in the first 30 games. 2 in the first last night, 3 here this evening. Punto gets another opportunity. Throws out Saunders today. And that'll bring up James Jones for the second time in as many innings. Mariners playing some good ball. They've won 3 of 4, 6 of 7, 8 of 10 to get the 500 for the first time since April 16th. And front, strike 1. Jones, 25 years old, out of Brooklyn, New York. I was talking to a scout today. He said at one point thought he might be a pitcher because he has tremendous throwing arm. Slaps this one to Lowry, the shortstop. And a 1-2-3 inning for Chavez, who settles down after a very rocky first inning. Mariners up 3-0. Root Sports being brought to you by Ford. We are local. By AM/PM. Too much good stuff. By AT&T. Mobilizing your world. And by the Emerald Queen Casino, where there's a world of dining opportunities from gourmet Asian cuisine to the legendary seafood buffet. As you look at the Vesuvio Tavern, just south of Broadway and Columbus in North Beach. See it, Jack Kerouac Place, where one of the beat poets back in the 50s used to hang out. Must have been a hot happening time there. So we got Derek Norris leading off in the home second. Norris, Cayespo, and Gentry, 5, 6, and 7 in the order. Got to have the beard of the year right now. Several of the Red Sox have shaved since winning the World Series.
Not to mention the hair in the back.
Yeah.
That's starting to cover up the name.
Dude, he played bass or drums.
I'll tell you what he does is he hits.
Yes, he does.
371 average for Norris. A couple of home runs, 12 RBIs.
What do you think? Beimel's in contention too. He's got the double dip with the hair. Yeah, but what did their mothers think? Do a 2 count here. Struck him out. Elias, nice breaking ball. First strikeout of the night.
Thought he would go to the curveball, but it looks like a slider, maybe even his cutter. Short break, late break to it. 88 miles an hour. His fastball is 92.
Bring up another switch hitter, Alberto Cayespo, DHing tonight. Cayespo 0 for 3 last night. Way outside, 2-0. Boy, this is a big-time pop-up. Seager coming in, taking charge. 2 outs. Craig Gentry will bat next. Batters up. The Mariners are calling all youngsters to join us for Kyle Seager Bat Night this Saturday. Mariners take on the Royals, 6:10 first pitch. All kids 14 and under take home a replica Louisville Slugger. Step up to the plate, you parents, and get your kids a ticket. Join us at the ballpark. Go to Mariners.com.
What's a good punt? Hang time.
4-2.
That was over 6 seconds.
Is that right?
On that pop-up, yeah.
I think we could have covered that punt. Jeez.
I think Seager and Elias were having a conversation waiting for it to come back down.
You want chips with that? Craig Gentry. Gentry at 298. Slow breaking ball. Misses 2-1. A 3-1 count. Second time for Elias against these A's. Lloyd McClendon said, I don't think that he'll be affected by going against teams second and third time. He really loves the fortitude this kid has. Back with a strike to make it a full count. Lloyd was funny. He said, I didn't even know what he looked like going into spring training. It was a name in a book. I was looking for pitchers, anybody. And he jumped out at everybody during spring training.
A couple of the other broadcasters from the A's were talking to me about him. And I said basically the same thing because they were telling me about Chavez. He misses their first walk of the game. And I said he wasn't supposed to be here. I think all things considered, they would have liked for him to be pitching in AAA. But I go back to that game that he pitched against the Angels in spring training, and I think after that outing when he was so good, I think that's when they decided, let's take a chance on this young man.
I remember everybody coming back saying, whoa.
Yeah.
Because he went after Albert. He went after Trout. He went after veteran guys, Howie Kendrick, guys who can hit. Went right after. There's Brendan Moss, thorn in the side of the Mariners.
Mariners have the shift on. Cano out on the right field grass. Kyle Seager has moved around second base side of the infield. You can see Kyle from right behind the umpire.
Fourth inning, man aboard. Moss hit his 10th career home run against the Mariners. There's that lane changer. Cano stops it. Smoke's in position. Oh, they just missed him. Nice play.
What an effort by Cano. This ball is hit about as hard as you can hit it. Gets it by Smoke, and then you see Cano diving. It's off the heel of his glove. Good pick by Smoke as Moss just beats it. Lloyd McClendon's out of the dugout. He's going to have a conversation with Lance Barrett, the first base umpire, but great effort by Cano, diving out on the outfield grass and then staying with the play. That is close. I think he had it right, though. Lloyd and Lance are out looking into the dugout. Trent Jewett.
So 2 outs, 2 on here for the Athletics. Brings up the veteran Nick Punto.
Nick Punto.
Two on for Punto. And he looks at strike one. Ty Waller, the first base coach. We couldn't give you the Supermo look. But you can't see the ball because Ty.
I would have liked to have seen it.
Yeah. Gets through Zunino. Runners move up. Wild pitch.
Rick Waits, the pitching coach, going to make a trip out to the mound. We'll take a look at this pitch. Looked like he just spiked a fastball, 92 miles an hour. I was surprised on that play that Cano was able to get to it as hard as it was hit. He showed some range.
It's a 1-1 count here to Punto. Punto had the only hit against Elias in the first meeting. 2 outs. Runners at second and third. Up the middle, base hit. Scoring is Gentry. Moss behind him. Throw by Jones. Wild off of the glove of Zunino. Punto into second. So Nick Punto second on the throw. Gets an RBI, a couple of RBIs on the single. 3-2 ball game.
We talked about the A's. They're relentless. Both these runs coming with 2 outs. Looked like Elias was going to have an easy inning. They want to go inside. He leaves that pitch out over the plate. Strong throw by Jones in center field, but well up the line.
So back to the top of the order. Punto, pretty good speed out at second, the tying run. Second and third RBIs of the season for Punto. Strike one to Coco, single to left. Snaps off breaking ball for strike 0-2. Comes the 0-2 pitch. Bounced it up there, 1-2. Mariners score 3 times on 4 hits, leave 2 in the first inning, and now the A's here in the home second. Couple of runs, 2 hits.
Well, the wild pitch turned out to be big in this inning.
1-2 to Coco. Bouncing ball to Miller. Throws Coco crisp out, but the A's 2 runs on 2 hits, helped by a wild pitch. Back in the score now. It's 3-2 Mariners. Use hashtag RootQ2 and tell us what significant role this building at 202 Green Street on your left near the speed limit sign here in San Francisco. What did it play in the evolution of Major League Baseball? For your chance to win a Dustin Ackley Gnome. We still have 2 more questions remaining in the ball game, so stay tuned. Here's Cano. Mariano Rivera took him to task today, much to the surprise of many. I know I'm included in that bunt, in that group.
I am too.
That he didn't burn red hot with desire, but all he does is do that, get base hits. The quote from Rivera, "This guy has so much talent, I don't know where to start. There's no doubt he's a Hall of Fame caliber player." And he pitched down and in and sent it into right field. He's been seeing a lot of that pitch lately.
Yeah, well, you can see where his hot areas are, down into the middle of the plate, out over the plate, and we've been talking about clubs trying to pitch him in more lately, and you can see on this chart not much there, but Cano will make his adjustments, and so far today he's taken advantage of a couple of pitches that have been out over the plate, 2 for 2.
So Rivera says it's just a question of whether he finds the drive you need to get there. I don't think Robbie Burns to be the best. You don't see that red-hot passion in him that you see in most elite players. Oh, I mean, come on. He's about the best player they had the last few years. He's on a Hall of Fame track. And there were times maybe he didn't run out ground balls at 100% all the time, but he's out there 160 games a year. Put up big numbers.
I'm happy to have him here.
That's what Lloyd said. Glendon.
I'll say that.
Norris got crossed up.
I mean, Rivera, he can say what he wants. He's one of the greatest ever, but I'm happy that he's here. I can tell you that.
Lloyd said, I'm extremely proud and humbled and blessed to coach a guy like Robinson Cano. He's a Seattle Mariner. Here's another drive deep to center, slicing away a little bit for Coco Crisp. He's there. Tagging Cano, bobbled by Punto. Cano safe. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
What are we talking about? Okay, so far I've seen him dive for a ball, and now he ends up tagging up on a fly ball to center field. The reason why is because he's smart. He knows that Coco does not have a good throwing arm, so he immediately goes back. Once he sees him get under it, he goes back and tags up, watches Coco, and takes off. Gets himself into scoring position.
Well, he's really been
pretty good hustle right there.
Been a real sloth tonight, huh? Jeez.
Pretty good hustle. Heads up play.
Baseball player. Smoke delivered a 2-out RBI double to left field in the first inning. The Mariners scored 3 times on 4 hits.
Well, it was a pitch out over the plate, and you can see on that first pitch to Justin Chavez ended up coming inside with a good cutter.
One to Smoke. I was going to bring up that quote in the first inning, but Cano swung at the first pitch and singled. He's now 2 for 2. One, 2 strikes to Smoke.
All I would say is that his numbers speak for themselves, and he shows up to play 160 to 162 games a year. I would say that.
I find no issue with that. No problem at all.
I agree.
When I read the quote last night, I said, Mariano Rivera said this? Wow. 2-2. Glad to have him here.
Yep.
2-2 to Smoke.
Similar pitch that Justin ended up hitting his double on. Like a 2-seam fastball that was on the outside corner. Had a good swing at it, but missed it. Mariners here in the early going. 2 for 4 with runners in scoring position.
2-2 to Smoke. Fouled it back. Seventh pitch coming up. Ricky Henderson, the man of steel. I had a chance to see Rick during batting practice. A bunch of us were complimenting on how good he looked. I said, how's your weight? 3 pounds over my playing weight. So that means he's 183. 55 years old. He is still ripped. He said he has a lot of respect for coaches. I said, you're out here to spread some knowledge. He said, yep, I'm not going to be here every day. I have to give it to these coaches. Got a lot of respect for what these guys do day in and day out.
Good at bat by Justin. This will be the 9th pitch of the at bat coming up. He's had to foul off some good pitches from Chavez.
Seager's on deck. 3-2 to Smoke. Wow. Oh, did that make a nice play by Brandon Moss. He was taking a lot of balls during infield today, and boy, did that pay off. Smoke hit it hard. Down to third with 2 outs is Cano.
Oh, this is just bad aiming by Justin. Good at bat. 9-pitch at bat. Fouled off a number of pitches, and an Olay by Moss comes up with it. Justin hit it right on the button. Cano moved up to third.
So Mariners have done well with 2 out RBIs coming into tonight's game. .266 batting average. Runners in scoring position with 2 outs. Down low to Seager. Walked in a 3-1 pitch in the first inning. Shows bunt. That's a strike.
Home plate umpire Ed Hickok says he tried to bunt it. Pitch was down. 55 pitches for Chavez, 36 strikes.
Fly ball left field for Cespedes. That'll do it. Cano gets aboard with a leadoff single and left standing at third. Mariners lead 3-2. All right, Angie, thank you very much. 2-3-4 in the order for the Athletics. Lowry, Donaldson, and Cespedes against Roenis Elias. Mariners with a 3-2 lead. Long foul.
Well, Dave, do you have your game plan all mapped out?
What, for tomorrow?
Yep,
The
doubleheader. I figure you go back, maybe catch a few highlights, make a phone call, get some rest tonight.
I'm going to find an empty booth here and lay down for about 20 seconds and then get right back after it. The big key is hydrating tonight, get to bed early. That goes foul. Nicely played by Seager.
Do you pack tonight or do you pack in the morning?
No. Pack tomorrow. Tonight. Pack tonight.
Heads up play for Kyle. He sees this has a chance to go foul. So as soon as it goes foul, put a glove on it.
I can hear my dad right now. Get it done now. I don't want to hear about that last minute. Oh, I forgot. Not going to work. But I can remember many times.
I'll tell you what is.
Lay out your close at night, man.
I'll tell you what is nice, though, the fact that it is just a straight doubleheader.
Here.
Probably, what is it, 25 minutes in between games, and then they'll get back at it again.
None of that 1 o'clock or 12:30, and then we'll see it again at 7.
Yeah.
1 and 2. Lowry flied out to center field, and James Jones is first at bat. How about you? What do you got planned?
I think just what I told you. I'm going to come back, catch a couple of highlights, make a phone call, and that'll be it.
Keep the coffee hot and keep it coming. Elias has struck out 1 and walked 1 so far tonight. Gave up a 2-run, 2-out single to Nick Punto. That came in the 2nd inning. After the Mariners in the 1st inning, out of the gate quickly. 3 runs and 4 hits. Seager throws out Lowry. Speaking of the double dip tomorrow, Century Link linked to what's next. Felix Hernandez, who has an outstanding record against these Oakland A's, particularly here in this building, goes against Dan Straley. Off to a rugged start, 1 and 2 with a 5.01 ERA.
And our coverage will start at noon tomorrow.
Did not go, says first base umpire Lance Barrett. Ball 1 to Josh Donaldson. Felix 17 and 7, a 2.60 all time against the A's. Pitch down low, and 10 and 3 with a 2.62 over his last 19 since 09. And here in this building, 9 and 2 with a 2.64.
Great numbers. But actually, I was expecting to be a little bit lower than that on the ERA.
Yeah. Elias way outside high, 3-0. Donaldson lined out to Saunders in right field. Cespedes on deck. Three and 1. He walks Donaldson, a 3-hole hitter. The dangerous guy coming up next. He went to Cespedes. 2nd walk. Can't hit a ball much harder than Cespedes did his first time up, right up the middle. Elias threw it, decked, and Cano was there to snag it before it rocketed into center field.
Now it was a first pitch fastball that was down out over the plate.
Down low.
So far his splits are not good. 51 pitches, 25 strikes. It's something that the A's will do to you, though. This is a club that leads the league in walks and on base percentage. So they'll make you throw pitches in the strike zone.
A couple of men who were able to work their way out of Cuba. Elias and Cespedes. It's a foul ball. Ernest saw James Jones scoring a wild pitch and then an RBI double by Smoke to pick up 2 of their 3 runs.
Ackley with a base hit to drive in a run with 2 strikes on him.
That was good on a 2-2 pitch.
Yeah, curveball.
Up the middle, Cano flips to Miller, and that was a great attempt to get two. I'll take the one and be happy with it.
Cespedes runs well, and Cano was playing at the middle, but he was back towards the grass. Brad playing in the hole, had to cover a lot of distance just to get to the bag. You see how far away from the bag that he is when he catches this flip. Wasn't able to get much on the throw. And Donaldson trying to take him out, and Cespedes with his speed able to beat it by a step.
Two outs, man at first. Derek Norris struck out on a 2-2 pitch. It's hop for Miller, throws a Cano, and that'll do it. 3 complete. Here in Oakland, Mariners by 1. And the answer to our second trivia question, our Twitter question, Philo Farnsworth invented electronic television September 7th, 1927. Look what it has become. .202 Green Street. Happened right here in the Bay Area, across the bay in San Francisco. Dustin Ackley with an RBI single in the first inning. He's going to lead it off here in the fourth. Dustin Ackley, Mike Zunino, Brad Miller, 7, 8, 9.
One of the things that the Mariners have done well on this trip is add on some runs when they've scored early. See if they can put some pressure back on Chavez. Chavez has thrown 56 pitches to get through the first 3 innings.
Yeah, he hit 29 in that first inning. Exactly. Looks at ball 1. There's a strike, 1-1. Looking forward to getting back to Seattle. Mariners will open up a brief homestand. 4 games with Kansas City, 3 with Tampa Bay. Down low, 3-1. Chavez not as sharp as I had anticipated based on what you hear around the ballpark and the numbers he had posted. As he walks Ackley, and he'll take it. Ackley, it's the second walk issued by Jesse Chavez.
I think you can say that about both starting pitchers tonight. Elias isn't particularly sharp either. His splits certainly aren't good, but both of them have been able to settle down and pitch out of some trouble here early on.
Here's Zunino, bounced out to Nick Punto at second base. Mariners sent 8 men to the plate in the first inning. 3 runs on 4 hits. They left 2. Exactly 1 out of 2 in base stealing so far. As you know, the Mariners do not run much. 11 out of 22. Next to last in the American League. Zunino looking to break an 0 for 8 run here.
One of the things that we've seen from Chavez is he likes to mix his pitches up. You'll see him pitch backwards at times, throw his breaking ball more, but so far he's thrown a lot of fastballs. 70% of his pitch is fastballs. He is mixing in the 2-seamer and the cutter. That high strike, he's starting to get a little bit frustrated with home plate umpire Ed Hickok. As you can tell, a slow walk back to the mound, because the other thing with him, typically he works fast.
Zunino hit in the count, 2-0. Takes a strike. For this year, Chavez had started 2 games in his career. Inside corner of the plate, a called strike, 2-2. Chavez has been with Pittsburgh, Atlanta, Kansas City, and Toronto. Came over, purchased from Toronto August 24th of 2012. Full count. Brad Miller's on deck.
See if Ackley will take off on the pitch. 3-2 count. Nobody out. See if he can stay out of the double play if he hits it on the ground.
He does go. Pitch. Foul back. Season series thus far, Mariners 3-4 against Oakland. Won the season series last year. Ackley back with a dive. Ackley runs, good jump. Pitch, line foul. I broke my rib, but I got the baseball.
In the meantime, Dustin's getting his sprints in.
Good interval training. There he goes again. Pitch up the middle. Punto couldn't get it. The shortstop does, and they just nip Zunino. Lowry throws him out.
And that's why he put the runner in motion. And Lloyd McClendon going to come out. I think he's going to fight for his catcher a little bit here. See how close this play is. And we're going to have a better look this time. That's still to tell this time it was Zunino in the way. Actually a good play by Lowry, having Punto run in front of him like that. I think he just was able to get him, and Lloyd won't challenge it. He'll head back to the dugout.
1 out man at second for Brad Miller. Trent Jewett, bench coach. He gets the thumbs up or thumbs down from video coordinator Jimmy Hartley. Miller grounded out to second. 3 runs, 5 hits for the Mariners. Nobody left on. They've stranded 3. 2 runs, 3 hits. Mom and Dad keeping the kids nice and toasty.
Came prepared.
I like it. Good local knowledge. Brad sends one to the gap, hanging up for Cespedes. Near the track, makes the catch. Ackley goes back. He'll hold at second. We gave that a good ride. 2 outs here in the Mariner fourth, looking for a last-minute gift for Mom. Then shop the Mother's Day sale going on right now at all Mariners team stores. Going to find select caps, apparel, souvenirs for 25 to 50% off. You're bound to find the perfect gift for Mom when you visit any of the 5 convenient Mariner team store locations. Top of the order, Michael Saunders for the 3rd time. Strikeout and a groundout. Strike 1 to Michael. One. Chavez in no mood to send any greeting cards to home plate umpire Ed Hickox.
He picked up on that, huh? He's getting frustrated. Punto playing way over in the hole at second base. Big hole back up the middle. If Michael can hit a ground ball up the middle, chance to drive in a run.
Between the calls and the Mariners swing the bat, Chavez has not been able to establish the rhythm he usually likes. Ooh, top of the 7th. Colorado 10-1 on Texas. 10 runs on 18 hits. Angels lead at home against the Yankees 2-0. Go to work time here for Saunders with 2 outs, a 2-1 count.
That is some self-defense right there. You can't hit the ball any harder than Saunders just did. Wow, it cost the Mariners a run too, but a great play by Chavez.
Whoa. Wonder what portion of his life flashed in front of him. Man, oh man. Unreal. Woo. Being brought to you by T-Mobile, sponsoring Tuesday Night Baseball. An oddity in baseball scoring, that extraordinarily hard-hit screaming line drive that Jesse Chavez saved his life on is put down as what?
A fly out.
Oh, man. Need a new category, boys.
I would like to know what the velocity of that ball going back to the mound was at. And, and the thing about it is when you see the replay, he had to make a slight adjustment with his glove to protect himself and make the catch.
Callaspo fouls one back, 1-1. Callaspo, Gentry, and Moss 6, 7, and 8 here in the fourth inning for the Athletics, who trail 3-2.
It was a terrible break for the Mariners. Oh. Saunders hit that ball on the button. That would have driven in another run for him.
Hammered foul into the bullpen. 2-2. Mariners on a wild pitch and an RBIs by Smoke and Ackley took a 3-0 lead in the first. Oakland strikes for 2 in the second. They benefit from a wild pitch, then a 2-run single with 2 outs from Nick Punto, the second baseman. Breaking ball and a good one, strikes out Callaspo. Second strikeout for Elias.
Probably the best curveball we've seen from Elias tonight, 79 miles an hour. Let's take a look at it. It's in the middle of the plate, but because you can see the 12-6 break on that pitch, Callaspo having a hard time squaring it up. Curtis tells me 0.8 seconds. 0.8 seconds from the time that ball left Saunders' bat. Oh, excuse me, from the left the hand of the pitcher.
And then back to him.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's scary.
Wow.
Greg Gentry walked and scored on the Punto single. Red Miller threw wildly. I think that might have been one of those cases where he realized it was Gentry about halfway down the line. So wait a minute, this guy can run.
I think you're absolutely right. He goes with the backhand, and then he comes up and he takes that little extra step, and that's when I figured he was in trouble right there, and I think he realized it was Gentry going down the line, tried to put something extra on it. Never was able to get his shoulder squared back up again. Fires it up over by the camera well.
Brad's fourth error. Tying run at second base, 1 out for Brendan Moss. Hard hit, infield hit. Smoke dove for it, just missed it. Cannone short right field, made a heck of a play. And almost nipped it.
Well, this should help the Mariners a little bit. They have to put the shift on now with Moss hitting. So Brad Miller, the shortstop, will be able to keep Gentry a little bit closer at second.
Attendance 12,106 here in Oakland. 1-1 to Moss. Oakland next to last in attendance in the American League, ahead of just Cleveland and just behind Chicago. 1-1 to count. Lane changing drop down. Such a good pitch
to the left-hander. Yeah, so tough. Yeah.
Really good. Center field for Jones. Gentry tags. Yeah, good strong throw. 2 outs. His next trip to Seattle, July 11th through the 13th. Iwakuma bobblehead night, then their final trip, Latin American baseball night. September 12th through the 14th, and our last visit here, September 1, 2, and 3, a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Day game on Labor Day, night game, and a getaway day game, and from there we'll go to Texas for 4. Nick Punto, 2-run single his last time up. Came with 2 outs. He's got 2 outs here. Big breaking ball for strike. Ahead of Nick, 0-2.
Punto's first at bat, Zunino had set up inside. I think he wanted to throw a cutter in on his hands, and Elias left it out over the plate. Punto able to hit it hard back up the middle. First pitch strikes aren't good for him tonight. Just 8 out of the 18 batters he's faced. There's a great curveball.
That was fabulous. 3 strikeouts for Elias. No runs, no hits, an error, and a man left. Mariners still lead 3-2. Good pitching here by Elias to quell a threat. Small crowd, 12,106. Mariners lead 3-2. James Jones leads off. Strike 1 to James. Line drive, right center field, a base hit. A good night for James Jones. He's got 2 singles in 3 at-bats.
He's aggressive, isn't he?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. Did a good job keeping his hands back on a changeup. He's been hitting the fastball hard. Now he's able to stay back just long enough to hit that changeup back up the middle. Solid line drive.
If Cano can elevate one and get one out of here. He's 2 for 2. He's hit the ball hard twice. Scored back in the first. Got just the 1 home run since becoming a Mariner. That was in Texas. Six hits now for the Mariners. Just their second since getting 3 runs on 4 hits in the first inning. And Cano was the man who delivered that his last time up in the 3rd.
They had a great chance, great opportunity to add on last inning, but Unfortunately for Michael Saunders, Chavez was able to make a catch of a line drive that was hit right back at his head. That ended the inning with a runner in scoring position.
Bouncing ball right to Moss. He gets the front end, and they get the back end. 3-6-3 double play. Quick 2 outs here in the 5th. Are you following us on Twitter for your chance to win Mariners and Root Sports prizes? If not, there's still time at Root Sports _NW. Question 3 reads like this. What will be the combined hits and walks for both teams in tonight's game? Use hashtag RootQ3 and tell us your chance to win a Mariners jersey.
Corey Hart will step in. He had a couple fly outs. Gentry made a great play in the first inning, hit a ball out to right center field. Gentry jumped up against the wall to catch it. And then he took Coco Crisp back to the warning track in center field.
Corey 2 for 9 against Chavez. Breaking ball gets him looking. Double play, big help to Chavez. Faces the minimum here in the 5th. Mariners lead at 3-2. On Root Sports being brought to you by CenturyLink. Your link to what's next. By Jack in the Box. Head to Jack in the Box and try the new Jack's Blazing Chicken Sandwich. It's Jack's hottest sandwich yet. And by BNSF Railway, sponsor of the BNSF Blast. As you look at the Joe DiMaggio North Beach Playground and Pool. It's in the North Beach neighborhood off of Columbus over in San Francisco. Here is Coco Crisp. Top of the order for the Athletics. And the bottom of the 5th. Foul ball. Coco tonight single to left, ground out to short. Elias so far struck out 3, walked 1. Make that walk 2. Give up 2 runs in the 2nd inning.
Starting to throw more strikes. 71 pitches, 42 strikes. Splits still aren't quite what you'd like to see, but they're getting better. And he's really starting to get a good feel for his curveball.
Coco Crisp, Jed Lowry, and Josh Donaldson top of the order here for the A's. 2-2. Love to see the Mariners get this game, and then you send Felix out there tomorrow, given his record against the Athletics. Be a feel-good moment, I'll tell you.
You would have to feel pretty good about winning your 4th series in a row if that's the case.
3-2. Punches it foul. Elias, 2-2 record, 3.09 ERA. On the road, 2-1 with a 2.59. That's the kind of comeback you like. Let's take a look at the Mariners calendar, brought to you by Sleep Country USA. Doubleheader tomorrow. Felix starts the first game. Wouldn't be shocked to see Ramirez start the second game. Hasn't been officially announced. Then home for Kansas City and Tampa Bay and then back out on the road again. And that will be a short road trip. 3 in Minnesota, day off in Texas, 2 with the Rangers. Swing and a miss by Jed Lowry. He's 0 for 2. Fly to center, ground out to third.
Good news for the guys is after that short road trip, they finally have a long homestand.
Here, here. Beauty. In the dirt, Zunino tags him. Strikeout number 4. 2 outs here in the 5th.
See Zunino wanting this pitch in the dirt. That's one of the things we talked about with his curveball. He can throw it for a strike or bury it when he wants to get the strikeout. Again, half his strikeouts coming on the curveball, and I think that number will continue to go up for him.
Here's Donaldson lined out to right and walked.
3 strikeouts now in the last 6 batters that he has faced.
Ball 1 to Josh. Outstanding third baseman for the A's. Nasty movement.
That's a good changeup. Hasn't thrown many. That was well located, just off the plate, down and away.
Went inside, heading foul it back. Strike away from ending this inning.
One of his better fastballs, 93 miles an hour in on the hands of Donaldson.
Ball and 2 strikes. Pounded down to Seager. Throws out the A's third baseman. Good inning for Elias. 1, 2, 3 go the A's. That's the top of the order. He's set down. 3-2 Mariners. here we go. How about Stephen Romero? Said hardly felt any vibration on that one. His first major league home run, knife through butter. And then he said when he got close to the dugout, he said, uh-oh, here it comes. Even the bad boy ignored him. And after he got the silent treatment, got all kinds of love from the teammates. That was great last night. He said that, yeah, his phone did blow up. He heard from a whole bunch of people. Good for him. That was a great moment for him. That thing was really hit it hard. Smokes had 2 good at-bats tonight. First pitch, 2-out RBI double opposite field. And then hit a hard smash that was snared by Brandon Moss, the first baseman.
That was a 9-pitch at-bat. Had to battle his way back into the count and then hit it hard. He has a good count right here, 2-0.
Be Smoke, Seager, and Ackley. 5, 6, and 7 in the order for the Mariners. The lead 3-2. They haven't scored since a big first inning. 3 runs on 4 hits. A wild pitch, an RBI by Smoke, and RBI by Ackley. Wild pitch allowed James Jones to score.
Perfect pitch on the inside corner.
Strike 3 called. Back-to-back strikeouts looking. Here's Angie Minton. All right, Angie, thank you. Here's Kyle Seager.
That hit him?
I believe it did. Yep.
Hit him with a breaking ball. Kyle squared around the bunt. Again, they have the shift on, so nobody was covering over at third. He had an easy base hit if he's able to get the bunt down. Clearly pulls the bat back in time, and there it is right off the top of his foot. Oof. Mariners now have had 11 hit batters in the last 10 games. Going into the game, they were third in the American League with 15 hit batters. That is not a category you want to lead the league in, by the way, Dave.
Correct. Rick Griffin and his staff work hard enough as is.
Exactly. Having to deal with all these pitchers now. I don't want to get the position players hurt.
Rick, of course, 30-plus years, trainer for the Mariners. 1-1 to Ackley. RBI single to center in the first inning, and he walked in the fourth. That single broke an 0-for-8 run for him.
John Doolittle, hard throwing left-hander getting loose. Saw the A's earlier. He was actually having to close some for him.
That's right. Jim Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson was having some issues.
But the Abad kid hasn't allowed a run yet.
He has a good arm.
Big kid throws hard. 2-1 here to Dustin Ackley.
Good count to hit and run on. It looked like Kyle was leaning a little bit. Stutter step. Sometimes when you do that, you'll take the play back off. You want to give the opposing manager a chance to pitch out on you.
Pitch off the plate. 3-1.
See the 92 pitches. His season high is 103. 103 against Houston.
Line drive. That'll get down. Base hit. Seager going to third. Everybody running on Coco Chris' arm. Not a good one. The relay not in time. Here come the Mariners with one out. Runners at the corners. 2-hit night for Ackley.
Both hits. Solid line drives back up the middle. Good job by the Mariners. When they go into a series, they will go over these scouting reports. You see this solid line drive, another pitch down in the zone. And I'm sure that's something that they reminded the guys of, that Coco doesn't have the strongest arm and can take the extra base. Do it. Good job by Seager.
Couple of groundouts for Zunino tonight, 0 for 2. He's got runners at the corners and one out.
This is one of those areas that on this road trip the Mariners have done an excellent job of getting that runner in with less than 2 outs.
Strike one to Mike. And Mike's in an 0-2 hole. Hitting at 222. Runners in scoring position, less than 2 outs.
About a ground ball through the right side of the infield. Big hole on the right side. Punto playing at the middle.
Blocked by Norris. You get a cruise ship through there. Man, that's a lot of room.
You have the first baseman having to hold the runner on, and Punto playing up the middle, expecting Mike to pull. You're right.
Fly ball, right field for Gentry. Plenty deep. Here comes Seager. Ackley play in front of him. And bobbled by Moss.
It's another good play by Dustin. He went back to tag up. And I think as soon as he saw that the throw wasn't going to second base, he took off. Moss tried an underhand flip. Ended up hitting Ackley.
So an RBI for Zunino on the sac fly. Another run on the board. 4-2 Mariners.
You're taught as a base runner to read where the outfielder throws, and as soon as Dustin sees that one heading towards home, relay man or not, he decides to go, and Moss hits him with this little flip.
So the Mariners have chased Jesse Chavez here in the 6th. They've got a 4-2 lead, and Sean Doolittle, tough left-hander coming on. to tonight's game 2-0 with a 1.89 ERA.
5 2/3, 7 hits, 4 runs. All of them earned. A couple of walks, 3 strikeouts. 97 pitches, 61 of those for strikes. So for Chavez, 38 innings pitched, 41 strikeouts overall. The Mariners did a good job against him. Sean Doolittle will take over his 16th appearance on the year. ERA just over 5, high ERA, 16 strikeouts. Hasn't walked a batter.
How about that?
That's a good number.
More innings pitched without a walk than any pitcher in the big leagues.
He basically would go right at you with a good fastball.
No sooner do you say that.
There comes a breaking ball.
Yeah. Never fails, right? But he does have a good one. We've seen him do very well against the Mariners.
Well, with an ERA over 5, maybe he's changing things up too, making an adjustment. Another one.
0-2.
Brad probably thinking the same thing.
Yeah, right?
I wonder what's going on.
It's not what the book said. 0-2 with a ground out. He sent Cespedes to the track in left center field. 3 pitches, he's gone. Fouled into the glove of the catcher. Mariners do pick up a run on the Mike Zunino sacrifice fly, his 15th RBI. 4-2 Mariners. Of wireless restrictions.
And Elias continues to pitch well. There's a good changeup, but it's been his curveball. The difference in this game, starting to pick up some strikeouts with that pitch. Struggled with his fastball command early, but he has settled in and is pitching well. Gave up a couple of runs in the second inning. But since then, really pitching well.
Struck out 3 of the last 7 men that he's faced. Here's Cespedes to lead it off. Hard line out to Cano up the middle. But the 3rd out of the 1st inning with a man aboard. Oh, 1-2. Cespedes, Norris, and Callaspo here in the 6th. No play for Smoke. The Mariner RBIs tonight: Smoke, Ackley, and Zunino. They also scored a run. James Jones scored on a wild pitch, a 3-run first. 3 runs on 4 hits. First inning for the Mariners, since then a run on 3 hits. Long run for Saunders and Smoke. You got the mound coming into play. It's your greatest nightmare in foul territory here.
Yeah, I don't like it. So many times as an infielder too, you're running and you're looking back over your shoulder, so that thing will sneak up on you. I've seen some guys hit the ground pretty hard once they hit that little bank on the mound.
It's sudden about a 3-4 degree, going upward grade.
Quickly too, you can see it right there.
Much softer landing than the curb in the parking lot, that's for sure. He let him get his arms extended. Deep drive, left field, gone. Home run Cespedes, his 5th, RBI number 19. We talked about it every time we see these guys. Do not let him get his arms extended. His 3rd home run this season, is 13th against Mariner pitching since coming over from Cuba.
And this was a 1-2 breaking ball, and Zunino again probably wants this pitch on the dirt, on the ground. He didn't quite get it there. Strong man just golfed it out of here. Towering fly ball, had the distance though. I have to believe in a 1-2 count, Mike Zunino wanted that pitch in the dirt.
There's Norris. It rips that one right field. Got on top of that pitch. The tying runs aboard.
First pitch fastball, hits it hard the other way. Rick waits, the pitching coach, on his way out of the dugout. We're probably going to see some action in the pen. Elias now at 90 pitches in this one. Back to a 1-run ball game.
And Mike Rojas, bullpen coach, has got Leon getting up. Young right-hander called up about a month or so ago.
Espo 0-for-2, pop up to third and a strikeout swinging. See the ERA going up by the inning.
Ball 1 to Espo. It's popped out to third and struck out. Elias can dig deep here, hold this 1-run advantage for the Mariners. Backhand Seager to Cano, 1 over to Smoke, double play. Round the horn for 2.
Kyle with the backhanded play, perfect feed once again to Cano, hits him right in the chest. It's an easy turn for him.
Greg Gentry, the hitter, walked and run scored, reached on an error. By Brad Miller. Dominic Leone.
Well, after the double play, he just stopped throwing down in the pen.
2-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. On deck, the dangerous Brandon Moss. 1 for 2 with an infield hit. The 3-1 pitch. Full count here to Gentry, the former Texas Ranger. Top of the 8th, Colorado leads Texas 12-1 at Colorado. Angels and Yankees 2-2 top of the 7th in Anaheim. Breaking ball. See you later. He knew it. Strikeout number 5. Elias gives up a home run to his fellow Cuban expatriate, but the Mariners still lead 4-3. Being brought to you by Money Tree, proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. By Honda, this is not a drill. Get a great deal during the Spring into Honda sales event. And by Vern Fonk Insurance. Bad luck can hit anyone. Insure with the 13th man. Vern Fonk Insurance. Look at the new Bay Bridge. Transport you from Oakland to San Francisco. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports Crew. Pleasant night here in the Bay Area again. Treasure Island right there in the middle. Mariners holding on to a 4-3 lead. Trying to get over the 500 mark. Played some good ball. 3 of 4 they've won. 6 of 7, 8 of 10. First time at 500 since April 16th.
Well, at the top of their order, Saunders will lead off here. See if they can add on some more runs. Michael hit the ball extremely hard his last time up. Hit it right at the starting pitcher, Chavez, and he was able to catch the line drive. It cost Mariners a run.
That was with 2 outs in the 4th. On a 2-1 pitch, I scored it HHLD1 OMG.
I got about half of that, I guess.
Man. Hit hard line drive. Oh, my goodness. Sean Doolittle on in relief of starter Jesse Chavez, who went 5 2/3, 7 hits, 4 runs all earned, 2 walks, and 3 Ks. Good movement on that fastball. Pull a string on him at 81. Back-to-back Ks for Doolittle. 1 out here in the 7th. Get ready to turn back the clock and turn up the funk. Saturday, May 24th, returning back the hands of time to 1979. Mariners and Astros are going to be wearing their retro unis, and you're encouraged to dress for the decade too. Boogie on over to mariners.com. Get your tickets to Turn Back the Clock night. I hope they'll have all the disco hits from 1979. They're going to do it. I'm sure they'll do it upright. Jonesy with a good night, 2 for 3 in his first start. He's in an 0-2 hole right now. James out of Long Island University in Brooklyn. Same school that produced Hall of Famer, the late great Larry Doby. One thing you know about Doolittle, not prone to walking. No walks in his last 25 games now, dating back to August of last season. And Norris holds on. 3 men face, 3 strikeouts.
He has definitely made an adjustment. He's throwing more sliders tonight than we've seen him probably over the last couple of years. This one's well located right on the outside corner. 83 miles an hour.
Cano a 2-hit night. There's Jones way out on the front foot. There's Cano, a couple singles to right. Scored a run in the first, bounced into a double play in the 5th. Pick 1.
Man, nobody throwing in the Mariner pen, so it looks like Lloyd McClendon going to try to get another inning out of Elias.
Elsewhere in baseball, Clayton Kershaw back big time. 7 innings of work, 9 hits, no runs, no walks, 9 strikeouts. Dodgers 8-3 winners at Washington. Oh, and 2 to Cano. 2 out, nobody on. Mariners get 3 runs in the first inning, and they got another one in the 6th. Jones scored on a wild pitch, Smoke double in a run, Ackley singled in a run, and then in the 6th, it was Zunino with a sacrifice fly. How about Sean Doolittle? 4 men face, 4 struck out, all swinging. That's pretty good. 4-3 Mariners. Washington's lottery and the Department of Imagination. What would you do if you won? Mariners in winning position right now, leading 4-3. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports crew. Doubleheader tomorrow. Then the Mariners are back home for a week. Looking forward to getting back to Seattle. And Roenis Elias, 110 and 111 pitch outings among his last 3 starts. He's going to start the 7th inning at 99 pitches.
That next pitch will be 100 for him. Dominic Leone up in the pen. He might have gone back out there to face the one left-handed hitter that the A's have, and that is Brandon Moss, who will lead this inning off. And then it might be Leone coming into the game.
Dangerous hitter in Moss. Starts him off with a breaking ball for strike 1. Moss, an infield hit, a run scored. And a fly to center, 1 for 2. Quickly ahead of him, painting that corner.
A couple of great pitches, starting him off with that drop down slider, and then comes right back and paints a cutter off the outside corner.
0-2 to Moss. Way outside. Elias with 5 strikeouts, 2 walks. Giving up 3 runs on 5 hits. Strike 3 called. Threw it right at him, broke it back on the inside corner. It's back-to-back strikeouts looking for Elias, who's got a half a dozen on the night.
This is a really good pitch for him. Again, it's that drop-down lane changer he likes to throw, and perfect pitch on the inside corner.
He likes that.
Well, he knows that was a dangerous hitter that he just put away.
Moss homered last night. 10 career home runs against Mariner pitching. Here's Nick Punto, 2-run single in the 2nd. Strikeout in the 4th. What a plus for the Mariners if he can go 7 complete here.
105 pitches. They have 3 switch hitters in a row. You have Punto, Crisp, and Lowry do up all of them switch hitters.
2-0. Way upstairs.
I think as he gets later in the game, he has a tendency to overthrow his fastball. His breaking ball is a better pitch for him. Reaching back for a little extra. Dominic Leone getting loose in the pen. That'll probably be it for him.
Again, that, to your point, looked like a classic overthrow.
He's at 107 pitches now.
3rd walk.
I'll bring up Coco Crisp. And here comes Lloyd McClendon.
And the young man gives Lloyd McClendon 6 1/3 work. Mariners lead by 1. Dominic Leone will take over. A lot of respect with this on this ball club and raising a lot of eyebrows around the American League.
6 1/3, 5 hits, 3 runs. All of them earned. He is responsible for Nick Punto, who he walked before he left the game. He is at first base. 3 walks in the game, 6 strikeouts, 107 pitches for Elias. Gave up the 1 home run. That was to Cespedes in the 6th inning, a solo home run, but pitched well again. And he's starting to consistently get deep into games. We take a look at Dominic Leone, his 12th appearance on the year, 2.13 ERA, 13 strikeouts in 12 2/3 innings. Opponents hitting .217. Well, he will come on and take over with Punto at first base, and top of the order due up Coco Crisp.
Coco 1 for 3 tonight. First inning single to left.
Charlie Furbush starting to throw in the pen for the Mariners.
One out, one on. And first pitch strike from Dominic Leone. Outside for ball 1. Punto, the runner at first. Pitch to Coco Crisp. Off the plate. Leone made his big league debut here on April 6th, allowing a hit, a walk, and a strikeout, pitching a scoreless 7th inning. 2-1. Bunt and a beauty. Safe. That was a great bunt.
And you can't play it any better than Kyle Seager just did. It was just a perfect bunt by a speedy hitter. Here you go. Squares around, drops it down perfectly down the line. Just beats the throw by Kyle. Really a good barehanded throw, and a strong throw at that.
Good presence of mind by Leone and Zunino to go to cover third. Coco accelerating through the bag. He's aboard. So tying and go-ahead runs are aboard here. Mariners have turned 1 double play. They could use another right here. Jed Lowry 0 for 3. Strike 1 to Jed.
Mariners playing straight up in the outfield and on the infield.
One out, 2 on, and a 1-run Mariner lead. Hit the smoke. They'll go to Miller for 1. Leone didn't get there in time, so they get the second out. Lowry's aboard. Fielder's choice. Moving down to third. It's Punto.
Take a look at Leone. See if he slips as he tries to get off the mound. Ground ball. He almost falls down. Starts to go a little bit late and then slips. And Brad, a good play by Miller at shortstop not to throw it. It would have been close at first, but with the pitcher on a full sprint, you don't want to take the chance of throwing the ball away.
So Nick Punto's at third. Jed Lowry at first. Tough hitter Josh Donaldson 0 for 2 with a walk.
The A's are 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position tonight.
It's a rather large spot here for the rookie Leone. Cardinals behind 2-0. Pressure spot here for the rookie from Norwich, Connecticut. Like he's going to get out of it, Seager to Cano, and he does. Well done as the one-run lead preserved here in the 7th. Mariners 4, Athletics 3. Don't have to look too far for this one. First inning.
Mariners able to score a run. James Jones getting the start in center field, hitting second. Then how about Justin Smoke? Solid line drive down the left field line to drive in a run with 2 outs. Cano will come around and score.
To pick up another run, it's Dustin Ackley on a 2-2 count. Singles to center. That'll score Smoke. So 3 runs on 4 hits. They left 2. Added another run in the 6th. 4-3. That's where we are now going to the 8th. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports crew here in Oakland. 12,106 the announced attendance here at O.Co Coliseum, and the always tough Luke Gregerson takes over.
Heavy sinker from Gregerson. This will be his 17th appearance. He's pitched well, 2.70. Opponent's only hitting 222 against him. He has not given up a home run this year.
Strike one, Corey Hart. Hit a drive deep to right center field. That was run down, a nice jumping catch by Craig Gentry. Fly ball deep to center and a strikeout looking. 0 for 3. Full there, 0-2. Hart to be followed by Smoke and Seager.
Well, that looked like Corey was guessing fastball inside and ended up getting a slider.
Corey Hart 1 for 4 against Luke. Way outside, Mariners seen Luke Gregerson during his days in San Diego. Donaldson. Saw a hot ground ball, throws over to Moss for the out. 1 out here in the 8th. MLB.TV Premium. It's the #1 live streaming sports service and celebrating 12 years. Join the millions of subscribers. Watch every out-of-market game live in true HD on over 400 devices. Visit Mariners.com for details. Justin Smoke. 1 for 3. Runs scored. And an RBI. Ball 1. There's a strike. Gregerson coming over from San Diego. It's been 09 through last year with the Padres. Came over in December for left-handed switch hitter / outfielder Seth Smith. Gregerson 6'3", 201. He's out of Park Ridge, Illinois. Lives in Chicago. Two and one. There's that heavy sinker. 2-2.
After Justin ended up hitting that double down the left field line, they have pitched him in the rest of the game.
First inning RBI for Smoke. He is an 18 on the season. Ties Cano, club lead. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Smoke.
He's had some long at bats
Yes,
tonight, hasn't he?
Double was the first pitch, and then he had a 9-pitch at bat in the third.
Yeah, he hit the ball hard at the first baseman for an out.
Right. And then a 5 with that 6 pitches.
It'll be the 7th coming up
in the 6th inning, 7th year. Nasty pitch, 2 down. Gregerson's first strikeout. Here's your last chance to win an exciting prize just by interacting with us on Twitter. Final question tonight, use hashtag RootQ4 and tell us how many total pitches will be thrown in the 9th inning this evening. Your chance to win a Mariners REI backpack. Thank you to everyone who participated in tonight's installment of Twitter Tuesday. Be sure to follow us on Twitter for exclusive offers, giveaways, and the latest programming highlights. And don't forget to tune in on May 13th, this one down the line, foul ball, against the Rays for your next chance to play Twitter Tuesday. Seager tonight a walk, a fly to left, and was hit by a pitch and later scored.
And nobody throwing in the Mariner pen. Well, there goes Charlie. Charlie's going to start to throw again, probably just in case they have a pinch hitter. Yeah, Cespedes, Norris, 2 right-handed hitters, and then Calespo, a switch hitter. Gentry, a right-hander after that. So Charlie, who had been up earlier, will start to get loose again.
1-1 to Seager. Two and one. Foul back. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Kyle Seager. Last time the Mariners were above 500, they had a 7-6 record on the 15th of April. And battled back. Done a good job. Doing 2 to Kyle. Went down and got it just out of the reach of Punto. Sliding effort out in the outfield by Gentry. Seager going for 2, and he's got a double.
I'll tell you, the Mariners tonight have done a really good job of trying to take the extra base. Good base running by the Mariners. Gentry, a speedy outfielder, able to get over there and stop this, cut it off from going into the corner. He had a chance to throw Kyle out, but with 2 outs, Kyle thought it was worth the gamble to get down into scoring position and goes for it. And the throw ended up being wide. That is not an easy throw to make. You can see it's not a good throw. It's a poor throw back to the middle of the diamond as Kyle will get a double.
7th double of the season. Comes with 2 outs here in the 8th. Chance Rackley pick up his 2nd RBI this evening.
We're going to just put him on. Go after Zunino, who's on deck.
Well, Zunino, he'll be in position to get his 2nd RBI tonight.
Mike with a sacrifice fly his last time up, which scored Kyle Seager.
Bob Melvin, manager of these 2-time defending AL West champions.
The Mariners tonight 2 for 9 with runners in scoring position.
Other action in the division. Colorado wipes out Texas 12-1. Mitch Moreland had to pitch an inning, scoreless. Houston got pounded at Detroit 11-4. A's and Yankees are playing. That's 3-2 Yankees, bottom of the 8th in Anaheim. 2 on for Mike Z. Strike 1. Zunino 0 for 2 against Gregerson. And McClendon pretty proud of his ball club. I turned it up bullpen. Trying to lock this thing down. Donaldson, foot race to the bag, gets a tag instead, and he got him. Seager retired, 5 unassisted, 4-3 Mariners. Two of this 4-game set here in Oakland. And a reminder that it's a giveaway that every little leaguer will want to get their hands on. It's the Mariners rope necklace given away to all youngsters 14 and under this Sunday. When the Mariners face the Royals at 1:10, it's all part of Pepsi's Little League Day at Safeco Field. Round up your gang And pick up tickets right now, Mariners.com. Get those teams down there. Always like the Little League parades. Tom Wilhelmsen, Charlie Furbush warming up. The bullpen, Dominic Leone getting set to pitch the home eighth here.
Tom just starting to throw in the pen. Charlie has been up.
Nice work by Leone to get out of a situation in the seventh, stranding 2 runners. He's got some work to do here.
A couple of good right-handed hitters in Cespedes and Norris due up.
Cespedes homered off of Elias back in the 6th on a 1-2 pitch leading off. Went down and got a breaking ball and got it over the fence about 375 feet away. Left field. Cespedes, Norris, and Callejo, 4, 5, 6, middle of the order. He's got 2 runs in the 2nd inning. Nick Punto, 2-run single, then the home run by Cespedes in the 6th.
Mariners playing him to pull the ball on the infield and the outfield. Outfielders all playing deep, as you would expect.
One after him. 1-1. Down low.
Curtis just told me he has 35 career hits against the Mariners, 13 of them homers.
Hello.
Yeah.
Also struck out 68 times. 2-1. Got his arms extended, fouled it back.
And even that pitch is well off the plate away, and he's still able to get the barrel to it.
Two balls, 2 strikes. An important batter here. Pitch from Leone. Strike 3 called. Got him.
It's a perfect pitch. Good fastball down and on the outside corner. You can see Zunino set up where his target is. Watch him frame this for him. He does such a good job.
Now batting the catcher, number 36, Derek Norris.
Derek Norris, 1 for 3. 6th inning single. Center field backing up Jones. Got a lot of carry, and he is there. A step on the track. 2 down. Ball jumped off his bat.
Norris is a good hitter. Little cutter, 88 miles an hour. Gets him to fly out to center field, and that will bring out Lloyd McClendon. James Jones gets back to the warning track in plenty of time.
Callejo's a switch hitter. Angels just tied it up, bottom 8 in Anaheim, 3-3 ball game with Sean Kelly, the former Mariner, on the mound. Pujols with a line drive single, scoring a run.
Now batting designated hitter, 13, Alberto Callejo.
Callejo, a 264 hitter, hitting left-handed.
One to Alberto. 0 for 3, popped 3rd strikeout, bounced into a double play. 2-0. Gets the high strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Look out. Leon, strike away from closing out the 8th inning here. Mariners up a run, 4-3, 2 outs, nobody on.
And all these pitches have been away from Callaspo, what you would expect late in the ball game.
Smoke guarding the line at first. Here comes a 2-2 pitch. Full count. On-deck hitter Craig Gentry. 2 with a walk and a run scored. It's the man he wants right here. 3-2 to Callaspo.
For Bob Melvin on his bench, he had Jaso, Barton, Reddick, and Sogard. And I like what Lloyd McClendon has done. He basically has had Charlie Furbush up for 2 innings, just so Bob Melvin has to think about whether he wants to pinch hit one of his lefties. He hasn't done it yet.
3-2 to Callaspo. Pitch. Fouled off again. Pitch number 8 coming up.
See on the tracer, all those pitches grouped together up and either just off the plate or on the corner.
You remember as well as I do, Callaspo hurt the Mariners as a pinch hitter with the Angels. I think it was last year early before the trade. Down and in and missed. And Zunino turned up and looked at Ed Hickox. Really?
That's a good pitch.
Chang runs aboard.
And we're going to get a pinch hitter, it looks like. Pinch runner Sogard will run for Callaspo. And Gentry's going to hit. There's Sogard.
Now batting, right fielder, 3, Craig Gentry.
Gentry tonight walked and scored in the 2nd. Reached on an error in the 4th, struck out looking in the 6th. First pitch strike. You called it going into yesterday's game. It's going to be some good pitching here, some tight ball games. It's a high strike. 0-2.
Some low scoring games.
Yep. Low scoring games. You got Oakland #1 in ERA, the Mariners #4. Sogard attempted 4 stolen bases. And he's been successful 3 times. Advantage Leon here, 0-2 to Gentry.
And you can see he's really struggled with 2 strikes, just a 150 hitter.
Zunino wants it down, wants it off the plate. 0-2. Breaking ball up high. 1-2.
And 20 at bats, 10 strikeouts with 2 strikes.
A's have lost 3 of their last 4, 6 of their last 14 ball games. 6 and 8 in their last 14 games. 1-2. Line drive, right field. Sogard will hold. Tying run, go-ahead run are aboard here in the 8th inning.
And this is a mistake by Dominic. 1-2 count. He throws him a pitch, little cut fastball right in the middle of the plate. Too good a pitch. And now we're going to see Charlie Furbush.
Floyd going to trudge out to get Leon and bring in Charlie Furbush. 2/3 of an inning, scoreless ball last night. And the Mariners need a good performance right now. Furbush takes over. Lloyd McClendon said yesterday, if we're going to compete in this division, Charlie Furbush has to be good.
Well, he's so strong for the Mariners last year in the bullpen, and they needed to get back to form. He was able to come in last night and get a double play, get out of an inning. And he's going to face a tough hitter, Brandon Moss, due up.
Moss an infield hit, fly to center, strikeout looking.
And great speed on the bases with Sogard and Gentry.
Sogard at second, a tying run, a go-ahead run, Gentry at first.
Mariners have the shift on the infield.
Breaking ball for strike. Moss 2 for 4 with a homer against Charlie. Sure, you know he's well aware of that. So Charlie Furbush, remember he had been underneath on his breaking ball in the last few outings, even last night, but he was able to get away with it.
That was well located, down and off the plate.
Oh, 2 to Moss. 2 out, 2 on. Strike 3 called. 3 pitches and Charlie Furbush comes through. He got on top of that bad boy, didn't he? 1, 2, 3. Moss gone. Inning over. 9th inning coming up. Mariners lead 4-3. here in Oakland as the evening chill gets a little colder as we take a look at our Subway box score.
James Jones getting a start in center field, hitting second, ended up with a couple of base hits and scored a run. Same with Cano. RBI double with Smoke in the first inning. Ackley followed with a double. He ended up driving in a run.
It's Brad Miller to lead off against Jim Johnson.
Johnson had struggled early in the season, but he has been pitching better as of late. 14 appearances for him. ERA down to 4.61 now. 13 strikeouts and 13 2/3.
Last time we saw him, he was in double digits. Brad tonight, ground out. Sent a fly ball deep to the track in left center field and struck out. And here's Johnson 3-0. Fernando Rodney getting ready.
Fernando had the save last night, threw the ball well.
He was very aggressive. And successful attacking the zone. And speaking of successful, Brad Miller draws a walk. And here's some restless Oakland fans. Get downtown from the airport for only $2.75 on Sound Transit's Link Light Rail. See how easy it is at soundtransit.org.
Mariners don't sacrifice bunt much, but an insurance run would be nice. Saunders a good bunter. Donaldson, the third baseman, playing even with the bag.
One sacrifice bunt, Brandon Maurer. That was in Miami.
You don't bunt at the top, you can see percentages of runs scored. And if you do, it goes up for you, helps you out. Your run expectancy goes down, but right now you just want to get that extra run in. Michael squaring around to bunt.
Makes a strike. Johnson with 101 saves over the last 2 years. It's with the Baltimore Orioles from 06 through last year. And obtained in a trade in December. Jamal Weeks.
Brad had an aggressive lead over at first, and it looked like he was leaning. Maybe a hit and run.
1-1 count here for Saunders.
Saunders wants Rich Donnelly to go through the signs again at third, see if they take the play off.
Good lead for Miller. And the butt gets down, and it's a good one. Jim Johnson flip and throws it away. Miller to second, now to third as Gentry gets it in, throws to second. It gets Saunders. Saunders in safely. Second and third, Mariners. Nobody out, top nine.
Probably be a sacrifice bunt. E1. Really good bunt by Saunders. See the ball just dying out there. Johnson rushes his throw and just throws it across his body. The Mariners in great shape.
Number 99, James Jones.
Take another look at this bunt. Really good bunt by Michael.
And you're on the money with that scoring. That's what the official score agrees with you. Sacrifice E1. Mariners in business, second and third. Infield in.
James Jones already a couple of hits in the game. He's 2 for 4 and scored a run.
First start for Jones.
It's a big at bat with nobody out. Cano waiting on deck. You'd think that they would just walk him.
Strike one to Jones. Big swing over and two.
Two good fastballs on the inside corner.
Infield in, second and third, nobody out. One and two. A lot of room out there for young James Jones. Pitch, and he got a piece of that.
He did a really good job to get a piece of that. Was well off the plate
sure
away.
Was.
Take a look at the pitch. It looks like a running fastball. Just gets a piece of it.
Johnson set the 1-2 pitch. Did he go? He did. Jones a strikeout victim, one out. We'll bring up Robinson Cano.
Well, he chased the first one, so they went right back out there again, elevated the pitch a little bit, and James Jones not able to hold up. We'll bring up Cano.
Robinson Cano.
Yeah, you thought they're going to put him on.
Cano with base hits in his first two times up. First pitch swinging in the first, an 0-1 pitch in the third. Since then hit into a double play and struck out.
Good news for the Mariners is Corey Hart can get the ball in the air. He can hit some long fly balls. That would be enough to score at least one run.
Meanwhile, the Yankees just closed out the Angels 4-3 in Anaheim.
Now batting for 27.
Chance to pick up at least one here for Corey Hart. Drove one deep to the wall in right center field in the first, flying out the center in the third, struck out looking in the fifth, and grounded out the third in the eighth. 0 for 4 night. Bases loaded, and one out here, top of the ninth. Mariners up a run. Blew it by him there. Corey Hart 0 for 1 against Jim Johnson. Miller, Saunders, and Cano, the runners for the Mariners. Fouled off. 0-2 to Corey.
Running fastball in off of the plate. See Corey trying to pull his hands in close to his body to get the barrel to it as he fouls it off of his foot.
Got an 0-2 pitch, bases loaded. Bouncing ball to the shortstop Lowry to Punto for one. Corey Hart beats it out. Run scores. Mariners get an insurance tally 5-3 Seattle.
Really good hustle from Corey. As he'll pick up an RBI. Take a look at Corey. Everybody's talked about the knee surgeries, but the big man able to get down the line and keep the A's from turning this double play as he's running hard.
For Seattle, Gillespie running for Hart.
Saunders down to third. Cano is eliminated.
Now batting number 7.
Out number 2.
Cole Gillespie is going to pinch run for Hart. See Cano going in hard to second base. Punto having to stay behind the bag, not able to get much on the throw. It's a good hustle by Cano.
Said that a few times tonight.
Yeah, we have.
There's Smoke.
Justin 1 for 4. He has scored a run and driven in a run tonight. Good night for Justin.
On the strike. Smoke 1 for 4 against Jim Johnson.
Really good numbers for Justin. 7th inning or later, 343 with 4 home runs.
That works. That'll ring the bell. Gillespie takes off. He's in the second safely. So for Cole Gillespie, a stolen base. He's 1 out of 2 since being called up. 2-1 count here to Smoke. And Rodney is ready. Broken bat, Looper, it's enough. Saunders scores. Gillespie right behind him. 2 more insurance runs for the Mariners.
And Justin Smoke has just been unreal with his 2-out RBIs this year. He has done an excellent job. That's his 3rd 2-out RBI tonight. That gives him 16. He was 2nd in the American League in that category. Yeah, it breaks his bat, but he's strong enough to get it over the infield and pick up 2 more RBIs.
That's a feel-great moment for him.
And we just showed you those numbers, 343, so that average is going to go up 7th inning or later for Justin.
Get some separation here in the 9th inning. 4-run cushion now. And again, coming the 2-out RBIs. A thing of beauty. It's clutching up nicely.
Yes. That's why coming into the game he was 2nd in the American League and he's picked up 3 more.
Seager slicing drive, left field, long run, Cespedes, crisp. Who's going to get it? Nobody! That's a big fence up there. It's going to stay in the ballpark. As Smoke comes around, he scores, and the Mariners have an 8-3 lead. RBI double Kyle Seager. Back-to-back plate appearances with doubles. This time he picks up an RBI, his 18th. And Jim Johnson hearing it from the Oakland fans here. 8-3 Mariners.
Kyle going the other way. Little running fastball, middle of the plate. Well, looks like we're going to get a pitching change as Kyle drives in a run. Good
Jim
inning.
Johnson chased as the Mariners came into the 9th up 1. Now they're up 8-3.
Your attention, please. Ladies and gentlemen, coming in to pitch.
4 runs in. Jim Johnson, 100+ saves the last 2 years and change. And he has been roughed up and knocked out of the box by the Mariners. Here's Ackley, the 7th man to the plate here in the 9th inning.
Otero, his 14th appearance on the year, ERA right at 3. 262 average against, 1 home run this year.
4-run 9th.
With those 4 runs, Rodney is taking a seat out in the bullpen. Tom Wilhelmsen, he will come on and pitch the 9th with the Mariners having a 5-run lead.
One on one to Ackley. Up the middle, charged by Punto, and that'll do it. Mariners make that 8 men to the plate. They score 4 times and extend the lead to 8-3. Absolutely. All right, Angie, thank you very much. Tom Wilhelmsen takes over. Lloyd McClendon, tell you what, his esteem for Tom continues to grow. Tom's been pitching a lot better his last few outings.
Much better. 14th appearance on the year. ERA steadily going down to a 3.14 now for Tom. 14 and third. 10 strikeouts. Problem early on was the 10 walks that you saw, but Tom has pitched much better as of late. And here in the bottom of the 9th, it'll be 9-1 and 2 due up for the ace. Punto, Crisp, and Lowry. What a great inning for the Mariners offensively. Just one of the things we've seen on this trip, taking advantage of walks, which there was a leadoff walk to Miller. Of course, the error certainly helped. And I think overall, runners on third, we've seen him really improve in that category.
I mean, we're talking universes different from what we've seen the last few years.
They've been excellent.
8 men to the plate, top of the 9th, 4 runs on 2 hits. Take advantage of an error and leave a man.
There's a big reason why. Smoke, Seager, 2 out RBIs.
Cano, 2 more hits tonight. Runs scored.
And don't forget, a big part of that inning was the ground ball by Hart. Hart busting it down the line to keep the A's from turning the double play, and Cano going in hard so that Punto couldn't get anything on that throw to turn it.
Little things add up.
Little things add up, you bet.
Ball and 2 strikes here to Nick Punto. Breaking ball. Smoke scattered, 1 out. Doubleheader action tomorrow. We will have both games for you here on Root Sports. Felix Hernandez starts the first game. Felix, as you know, does quite well against the A's. 17-7 all time, 9-2 here at O.Co Coliseum.
Our coverage starts at noon tomorrow.
And we anticipate Rosmo Ramirez going into the second, pitching the second game as Coco Crisp looks at a strike. Every Mariner in the starting lineup either scored a run or drove one in. Should have been prefaced with happy to report that. Four spot for the Mariners. Hart drove in a run, and then his pinch runner Gillespie scored a run in that ninth inning. 1-2 to Coco Crisp. One and two to Coco. On 2 strikes. Breaking ball, easy play for Cano. 2 outs. Good breaking ball by Wilhelmsen. Jed Lowry. Stand in now with 2 outs. Nobody on. Mariners up big. 8-3 thanks to a 4-run top of the ninth. Really spread them out. 3 in the first, 1 in the sixth, 4 in the ninth. And this nice run that Wilhelmsen's been on. Much better job first pitch fastball strikes.
And he's being much more aggressive with his fastball, and we're seeing his velocity starting to go back up again. He's already topped out at 96 in this inning. You mentioned the curveball to get the out off of Coco Crisp. That's a pitch that just left him, and he's starting to get the feel for it again.
And when he had it going well, he was as good as anybody in the business. 2-1.
Looked like a changeup that he missed with.
Two and 1 to Lowry. Back with a strike. Evens the count at 2-2. There we go. 2-2 to Lowry. Bottom of the ninth. Down the line. No play for Ackley. Lloyd McClendon always talks about what do you want to eat? I want some ice cream. That means if I get the ice cream, that means we've won a ball game. You want your soft serve or hand dipped? A hard. Get into that old big gold gallon thing in there for Lloyd. Lowry 0 for 4 tonight. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Way outside, full count. Josh Donaldson on deck. Wilhelmsen trying to put the hammer down. 3-2, and he walked him. 2 outs, runner on for Josh Donaldson. 0 for 3 with a walk.
There's the good curveball.
Strike 1 to Josh. 1 for 3 against Tom. Runner goes. Defensive indifference. One to count to Donaldson. Lowry at second. Mariners up 5. Trying to get that final out.
Well, he's 1 strike closer to it.
Donaldson steps out. First time the Mariners have been at 500 or better through 30 games since 09. A strike away from going over 500. The pitch just missed. Two and 2 to Donaldson. Pitch from Wilhelmsen. Struck him out. Happy to report that your Seattle Mariners are above 500 with an 8-3 win tonight. They've won 4 of the last 5, 7 of the last 8, 9 of 11, and they're now 16 and 15. How about that?
Why not think of the possibilities, Dave? To go out
Absolutely.
and win 2 games tomorrow, and they'll be tied with the A's. So they're playing extremely well. It's been a great road trip so far, but they're going to finish up with 2 tomorrow. Boys are going to have to get their rest and get back at it early in the morning.
3 hours and 19 minutes. And they're going to go to bed knowing that the King, Felix Hernandez,